I love doing my project called Gardening for Good. My dad, he was the most hardworking, committed, loyal person. He always stood by my mom and us kids, and he adored my mom. Mom was everything. You've never seen two people more in love. My dad always had a huge garden. He was an exceptional gardener, very, very good. Dad would always bring everything into her and say, "Look, new peas and carrots from the garden, new potatoes." And that would make Mom happy. And Mom enjoyed making things out of everything that Dad brought in, and Mom enjoyed sharing it. Dad would grow giant cabbages, and Mom would make pans of cabbage rolls. And people would come over for dinner, and she'd say, "Oh, you like the cabbage rolls? I'll make you a pan full." As Mom got Alzheimer's, Mom and Dad would make the cabbage rolls together, but Dad helped a lot more. And then the last few years, it was just too much for Mom and Dad. Mom would still try to cook, but it got really difficult. I had contacted the Alzheimer's Society to understand Alzheimer's a bit better, and they were so, so helpful. They'd mail out information, they'd phone in and check in on us and offer advice on how to deal with certain situations. They would answer the questions, and I'd say, "Well, this is happening. Is this normal for someone with Alzheimer's?" And I'd say, "Well, now this is happening. Why is this happening?" And they would help me to understand the progression of the disease. And then I would explain that to my dad. So they helped a lot with helping us to understand what was happening and what we needed to do to keep Mom safe. I think one thing for my dad that was very hard is that he got very lonesome because with Alzheimer's, they kind of stopped talking as much. Mom got so quiet and didn't understand anymore what he was talking to her about. They never stopped walking together. They walked everywhere, hand in hand, always. And one time we went there, and Mom and Dad just come home from a walk, and she said, "I'm so cold, I'm so cold." And Dad says, "Well, I told you to wear a sweater." And I said, "Mom doesn't know that. You'll have to make sure she wears one. She just doesn't know." And so I helped Dad to understand, make sure she puts a sweater on. Being in the garden and being outside is my happy place. There's bees and butterflies and hummingbirds in my garden. I love being out there. I love planting the garden. I love watching it grow. I love going out there and picking my fresh vegetables for supper. My garden reminds me of my parents in so many ways. The asparagus patch is my favorite of the whole garden. My mom and dad helped me plant it. I have special photos of the day we planted it together. Mom and dad sat on the outside of the garden, and my dad helped me a little bit, but a lot of it he was the supervisor and says, "Plant it there. No, that one's crooked. Make it straight." And so my asparagus patch is a lot of nice memories of mom and dad helping me plant it. Dad was totally heartbroken after mom passed away. 2019, dad passed away. Within 1 year of mom passing away. And I thought, dad said to give some money to Alzheimer's when mom passed away. I'm going to do it now again. We were working in the garden one day, and I always have so much in my garden. And I said to my husband, I said, "You know what? I'm just going to put an ad in the local community and say, I'll share my produce, my seeds. Just give me a donation to the Alzheimer's Society in memory of mom and dad." In the spring, I offer my seeds, then my herb plants. And then as the summer progresses, I have a lot of people that come and get the cut herbs. If people want produce, they can have that too. We go down to the garden, we meet people, and after they collect what they like, I say, drop your donation in the coffee can. When people come to my garden, they know that I'm doing this for the Alzheimer's Society. They share their story that it might have been a mother or father or a grandparent that passed away from Alzheimer's. And so then I proceed to tell them why I'm doing it. And it's just a special connection that they've been touched by someone that's been affected by Alzheimer's. They always seem to really appreciate what I'm doing. I think by doing this, it's giving back to the Alzheimer's Society and say, thank you. You helped us. I'd like to help you now.